Put your foot down. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Biggest shoe I could find that was readily available to try to demonstrate the importance of putting your foot down, knowing what you stand for, communicating it, and then holding people accountable to it. I love this idiom because I definitely used it when I was raising my kids so that they would know when I was super duper serious and I wasn't going to change my mind about something. Because I learned early on that I had a no first policy. And I don't even remember when I started doing this. Probably when I was a little kid, because my family says I say no first all the time. And I, as a kid, started doing that to buy myself some time to think about something that somebody had requested of me, because I wanted a little bit more buffer time to decide. Now, sometimes you say no to things and you don't get the opportunity to change your mind, to turn around and say, okay, I thought about it, I said no at first, but now I really want to do it. You can't always do that, especially as grown-ups. But as a little kid, it was a great strategy. It got me an opportunity to buy some time and really decide whether I did or did not want to do something. Hey, do you want to come over and play? No, not right now. And then, 20 minutes later, I'd be knocking on the door. Yeah, I want to play now. And, just little things like that. It's one of those things that's been such a part of my being, I don't even know when I actually started doing it. But with my kids, I would say, no, I want to go do this. No. And then 5 minutes later, I'd be like, okay, I've thought about it. This is how we can make that work. So putting your foot down meant that I'm really serious about this. I'm not changing my mind. This is it. This is an absolute no. It's not a pretend no. It's an absolute no. We're not going to do it. So I love this expression. It's been around for hundreds of years. Therefore, it hasn't just impacted me. It's impacted everybody in my life and probably a lot of people around you as well. Kind of feels like COVID, right? COVID's impacted all of us, all in different ways, but it has had an impact on all of us. So I love this expression in that it reminds me that we have to have boundaries, each and every one of us. And I would say the older I get, the better I am at setting those boundaries, because I wasn't good at it when I was younger at all. But we have to know what we will and will not tolerate, what will and will not work for us. We need to do that with everybody that we come in contact with, right? And we need to do that especially for ourselves. We need to hold ourselves as accountable as we hold other people, right? Hey, these are my core values. I'm not going to bend on those. I'm not going to give on those. And I've actually had those tested on several levels, right? In business situations, in my personal life, in my personal relationships, with my kids, we all have those tested. But if we know what we stand for, it's easier to hold ourselves and other people accountable to that. And the most important person we need to hold to our standards and make sure that we're not undermining ourselves is, of course, ourselves. So, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, talking about what I'm doing as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business, where I spent, 47 years in businesses, at least 27 or 28 different businesses offline in industries. And then I moved online about 3 years ago, and I started, I don't know, what's today, day 845. So 845 days ago, I started actually documenting my journey by making a quick daily video, primarily because I have vision challenges, and I usually write everything down, but there's no way for me to go back and access readily and quickly the things that I write down. So I started just doing and I wanted to learn how to do videos and not be super scared of them. So I just started doing this little segment that shares exactly what I've been doing. Now, a couple things that I am doing that might be of interest during the pandemic are I'm doing other people's courses and things. I'm doing some coursework and some personal development and improvement. And part of that is different actual exercises. People have exercises and things they ask you to do. Heck, I have people do stuff in my challenges. I do a lot of challenges, and I always ask people, hey, do this one thing. And some of them are really good. Some of the exercises people have us do are really, really good. So I'm in the process of looking at not just, I always talk about this different 7 areas of our life and 7 aspects of our life. And I was in a challenge recently that had actually 9 layers, 9 levels of what makes us human beings. And so I decided, hey, it's a good time to revisit my 7 areas, because I revisit those all the time every time I do a challenge. But I also wanted to revisit and add those 2 new layers. So I'm, brainstorming my thoughts and feelings and beliefs about each of those 9 areas of my life, and looking at what is still true for me, and what is absolute BS, and then what do I want to add? What do I really want to add to continue to move my life in the direction I want it to go? So I do this work just like I ask the people that I interact with too, the people that I work with and coach and consult with. I ask them to do things, but I don't ask anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. That's kind of been, I should write that down. That's been kind of one of my core beliefs, and I just thought now about that is one of my core beliefs. I won't ask anybody to do anything that I'm not willing to do myself. And I think that that's important, especially if you are leading other people through a process or teaching them or expecting them to do something. You know, you can't expect people to do things. I raise my kids this way. I wouldn't expect them or ask them to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. Yes, I did make them clean their own bathroom. I hate cleaning the bathroom, but I have done it. I can do it. I've done it thousands of times, but I wouldn't have asked my kids to clean the bathroom, and they know I hate cleaning bathrooms, unless I was willing to do it myself. I wouldn't, in corporate America, I wouldn't ask people to follow processes and procedures and systems or meet my expectations if I don't hold myself accountable to the same level of performance and the same expectations. So that's just me. Some people do. Lots of people don't have any problem expecting a whole lot more out of other people than they themselves are willing to give and put forth. But that's not the way I operate. So Get Up and Go Challenge. I'm going to start a few days of pre-work for that. We're going to launch again on Monday, March 25th. And we'll do 5 days of training about getting up and going, what to do right now, no matter what your situation is. And I'm focused mostly on business people because that's what I do. I help business people to take their offline business and add an online component, or to supersize and grow their business, depending on the stage of their business that they're in. Primarily people that have been in business for a while and are looking for improvement and looking to scale and get that next level of growth. But I do work with a lot of people that are just starting up and launching ideas as well. And so continuing to move forward on that. And I'm doing it by introducing people to me and my team and what we do through a challenge, the Get Up and Go Challenge. And I used to do the live challenge workshop, and it just seems now that we need to add a little bit more to what we offer in the world, because our problems have changed slightly. You know, do we all still have some of the same problems we had before? Yes, but now we got a whole bunch more piled on because of all the massive changes that we're, each and every one of us, undergoing because of the pandemic. I call it the pandemic pivot. It's, I don't know why, I like P's, I guess. Plan, procedure, process, progress. I like P words. So, doing that. Fun challenge today was day 136, doing a 365-day challenge to have more fun in my life and to do one fun thing every day. And when I do that, I bring people along with me. In a new mastermind and accountability group, which I'm enjoying very much. I might share that in the comments below. I want other people to know. I am doing a massive rebranding, and then not I'm still me, but I'm taking, I had been emphasizing for the last couple of years, and people might have noticed that I always call myself pajama grandma. I showed up in my bathrobe, you know, I'd get up, get ready in the morning, throw on a bathrobe, and then do my content and videos, and I was putting myself forth as the pajama grandma. And it just seemed like as the pandemic hit and everybody was stuck at home, it didn't feel right to me to be saying, hey, we can hang out in our pajamas and do this. I don't know why, but it just seemed like the right time to let go of that part of my character and my persona. And I purposely was doing it for a lot of reasons, but now I feel like it's time to bust out of my robes, bust out of that aspect of myself and grow to the next level. It got me to where I am now, but I know that the thinking and the behavior and the performance and the things I was doing up until now have gotten me to one point, but I'm ready to go to the next level and the next point as well. And when we're ready to do that, things have to change. And guess what? The things are always, they always start with you. They always start with me. If I want anything in my life to change, nobody's gonna make it happen but me. Like remembering to shut off my alarms. I did investigate, just so people know, you see my signs are all backwards. I actually searched and researched again yesterday about how can you flip the screen in the background so that things appear like they're going frontwards. Now, everyone on the planet knows I am not an iPhone type of person. I'm not an Apple person. I don't use Macs, I don't use Apples, much to even my ex has gone to the Mac, but I have not for a lot of reasons. Number one, I'm visually challenged and I'm used to things a certain way, and if they get deviated, it's it's not just a little big challenge for me, it's a big deal. You know, just this last week, YouTube moved where they put the public and private tab as you're processing your videos. And to me, that was a problem I had to figure out because I didn't realize that they had changed and moved it. So I was struggling with processing my videos. Little things like that just make my life a little bit more challenging. So little things make a big difference. And I like the consistency of knowing that I have a format and a way that I can do things moving forward. I don't remember how I got off on that tangent. Yes, I still get off on tangents. So, and then Supersize Your Business, of course, was about putting your foot down. Put your foot down. Fun challenge. Fun challenge today was about annoying. People are annoying at both school because it's for 6 to 9 year olds. I didn't realize that when I started the challenge. But, so it's at home because school's been canceled for a couple of months now. And actually school, I think in every area has been, I don't know, some people are going to school, but not very many. So the vast majority of people are home. So it's who's going to annoy you at home today? And I got to believe that after 2 months in close proximity with our families, there is some annoying going on. As much as we love and care about one another, as much as I love and care about my amazing little granddaughter, does she do some things that annoy me? Do I do some things that annoy her? Absolutely. If I sing, if I want to get her goat or just tease her, all I have to do is sing something. And she's like, oh, Grandma, your voice. You don't have a good singing voice, Grandma. She's like, it's okay, though. It's just so funny. But and then she knows that she can do a little look, or she can want to watch YouTube videos when I'm like, yeah, you don't get to watch YouTube videos at all today because we've got other projects and things that we want to do. It's fun. That's it. That's all I've got today. I have got to get ready. I've got to get ready. I've got to get ready for, I need coffee. I want to get ready for a really powerful get up and go challenge. So I'm going to focus on that a little bit today. And a couple other things working on. I think the reason I brought this all up was the Mastermind and Accountability Group is actually focused on brand and retooling. And so that's what attracted me to this particular group. You know, it's been something I have been wanting to do and thinking about for like at least 2 years. I've wanted to let go of Pajama Grandma for well over a year. And not because other people, my family couldn't stand that I did Pajama Grandma, but not because my family was pressuring me, but because I knew I had outgrown that persona. It was time to just show up as me. 100% me, not 99% me in a robe, right? I don't think it really matters what we wear, but it does matter how we show up. Oh, I know what I was saying. I did look into it, but on the Android phones, there is not a way to flip around our backgrounds and signs. So guess what? It says be grateful. PG says Pajama Grandma, so that's got to come down. I would like to apologize to anyone I have not yet offended. Please be patient. I will get to you shortly. Or I will get to you shortly. Yeah, I will get to you shortly. One of my favorite sayings, I actually think I probably adopted this first from Jim Edwards. He's probably the first person that taught me. If you don't know who Jim Edwards is, he's an amazing copywriter and an amazing human being, and I highly recommend you search him out. He's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, especially online. He's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. But I love him because he does say, this is it. This is me. Love me, hate me. I don't care about the people in between because I'm here for the people I'm here to serve. And I think it's an incredible message. And it's taken me a long time to adopt it and figure it out for myself. You know, I was actually having a chat with one of my coaching students yesterday about how we can hear the same thing from 100 different people over and over and over again. And then we'll hear it one more time. And it's the one time we hear it when we're ready and open and receptive to hearing it that we actually, it breaks through our conscious to our subconscious and we actually get it. We actually understand it. And we make it a part of our life and we adopt it for ourselves. That's the breakthrough moment that all of us are looking for and all of us are waiting for a lot of these things in our life. Because guess what? Since we were a kid, a little kid, pretty little, we have always known what to do. I think we come equipped with this internal blueprint. I think the Hickses and Abraham call it your internal guidance system. It's like we have our own little GPS inside of us that is to guide us toward what is right for us. And it wasn't until after my 50s and after my sudden cardiac arrest that I actually started looking into these things in earnest. And I always wondered, why isn't there like a guidebook to tell us how to be a good human being? Why doesn't this exist? Now, many people will say it's the Bible, and I wouldn't argue that one way or the other, but why isn't there like a parent, and now there are people who've written books on it and stuff, but we always wonder, why isn't there a book that helps us, or why isn't there information or a course that helps us guide ourselves through our life in a way that's better? Or why do we have to wait till we're, some people discover it when they're younger, in their 20s or in their 30s or in their teens even, but others of us, we don't go on our personal journey of figuring ourselves out until later in life. And it doesn't matter when we do it. And you know what? Some people never do it. Some people will just go through their life being flim-flammed and slapped around by other people in the media and manipulated and controlled their entire lives. But each and every one of us have the capability of standing up and saying, do I believe in this? Is this right for me? Hey, it might be right for 99% of the population, but the only person it matters if it's right for or not is you, right? All right, that's enough lecturing for today. I want you to have an absolutely, positively fabulous day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow to share what am I doing now, what am I working on as I help other people to transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world, and as I get the foothold and the impact and the outcomes and the results that I want from my online self, my online business, and the online world. Have an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, just ask in the comments below. To say I don't know a lot of things, but I do know how to solve a problem and how to go about getting the right resources and the right people to solve any problem you can have, absolutely positively imagine. Take care, have an awesome day, and I will be with you tomorrow. Bye.